Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Rambo, the 2008 movie. This movie was made very long after the third movie. So I feel like the third movie was like, the three movies was like kind of a set trilogy in a way. The third movie didn't really end on the note that a series should end, though. I feel like it still left room for more Rambo movies. But this movie takes place what, like 20 odd years after the third movie, after the events of the third movie. So one, Sylvester Stallone will be a lot older, but two, the visual effects will have come a long way, and I feel like, judging by the taglines on Netflix, violent, suspenseful, exciting, and gory, that there's going to be a lot of blood and explosions in this movie. And also by the thumbnail of Rambo just going, yeah, like on the side of a truck. So and there's like a dead body hanging over it who's like decapitated or something. I don't know. I'm expecting a lot from this movie. A lot of people have said that this is their favorite, besides the first one, that this is their favorite Rambo movie. I've heard that this Rambo movie is definitely probably the gruesomest movie, the most gory movie, the one with the most like death and blood and guts and stuff like that. And I don't know if I'm excited for it. Well, no, I am very excited for it, but I think I'm going to miss just the quietness of the first movie and the way that movie handles its violence. I mean, I'm all for like guns a-blazing, right? I'm all for that, but I think there was something special about the first movie that some of these movies are missing. But I'm still very excited to get into this one because I have loved just the crazy action in the other two Rambo movies, Rambo First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3. So I'm excited to see this one kick it up a notch. That's what everyone has been telling me. This one kicks it up a notch to 11 or 12, and I'm very excited to get into it. Also, you may have noticed that I have a different haircut. I don't like it. And so yeah, I'm sorry if that is distracting or anything like that, but yeah, I got a haircut, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Anywho, before we get into this episode, or it's not even an episode, before we get into this movie, I gotta do the lighting. So let me turn on the light, and then we can decide what lighting choice I should do. Hey, Huxley, what are you doing? What are you doing? Boop! Nice. Okay, for the lighting today, I'm actually really torn on what I should do, because I was thinking at first I'd go red because of all the blood and guts that are probably going to be in this movie, considering that Netflix rated this as a violent, suspenseful, exciting, gruesome movie. So I was thinking red, and I might go red, but there are other colors that I'm still debating in my mind. I was debating an orangey yellow because of the explosions in this movie, in honor of the explosions. I was also debating green because it looks like it takes place in a forest. Judging by the thumbnail, Rambo is shooting this machine gun thing in a forest, so I'm assuming that the forest is the main set piece, the main place where the action takes place, you know what I mean? So I was like, the forest, the green, that could just match the forest, pretending I'm Rambo in the forest. But I think for this movie I have to go red, just because there is a dead body that has been brutally, something has happened to him and he is dying, like hanging over the side of this truck dying, and I'm expecting a lot of that in this movie just because of this one thumbnail, and a lot of people have told me about that. And also the title is red, but I think I'm going to go red just because I feel like this is going to be a very gory, bloody movie. Also, before we get into my Rambo reaction, if you'd like to watch more of my content, you can head over to my Patreon, where I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies and TV shows that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 exclusive Patreon movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose. Thank you so much if you check it out, and now let's get back to the video. Okay, let's get into Rambo. Without further ado, 2008's Rambo. I'm very excited to see how Rambo gets back into this movie, because I'm assuming he's retired.
Has been going on for almost 60 years.
Did this actually happen?
Civil war in the world.
I feel like this definitely happened, but why have I never heard about it before? Seems like something I should have heard about before. Oh wait, no way he directed it. No way he directed it. Are you serious? This is like in the Rocky franchise, even though I haven't seen any of them besides the first movie. I know he directs Rocky Balboa as like a comeback like years later, right? And this is like that, you know? That's so cool. They're gonna make them walk across the field and there's like landmines on the field? Are you serious? What the heck? This is so gruesome. Is this just for fun? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, okay. Now I know the gore level of this movie from that one shot. I know what I got myself into. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I hate these guys. What the heck? Nah, there he is. He's kind of the odd one out. You know what I mean? Ugh, what a shot. What a good shot. It's an explosive arrow to catch fish. Imagine. The like. That'd be so funny. It's like the score right now is like quiet but still heroic because obviously it's introducing our hero back, right? But he's living a quiet life. So I feel like this theme is going to be way more epic later on in the movie when he does something epic, you know what I mean? But right now it's like a quiet hero theme because that's what his life is right now. It's so cool.
It's very, very dangerous. #1 in Thailand. Careful, my friend.
I love just the monotone like announcer guy, commentator. So funny.
That's what people call it, but it's more like genocide than war. Anyway, this will be my 5th trip in.
Oh wait, I do know about the Burma thing. Why am I dumb? I just remember it. When he said genocide, it just kind of all came back to me. I remember it now. Okay.
Well, if you have good reasons, would you mind if I heard them?
Go home.
Ah, that is a good enough reason. Lady, his life has been a lot. Let him just live in peace in Thailand, please. No, I don't want to see more people die like this. Like innocent people. I just want to see Rambo wreck shop, but I don't want to see these innocent people die. This guy, final fight, Rambo versus him, and he's gonna explode or something like that. That's my prediction. Rambo is going to help. He knows it's the right thing to do, but still, I feel like he deserves to just live a nice, peaceful life. You know what I mean? Like a nice, peaceful life on a farm in the country or with those monks or something like that.
Why'd you come back?
Because I live in the US and my plane doesn't leave till tomorrow.
Maybe we can't change what is. But trying to save a life isn't wasting your life.
Oh, that was a good line. That was a good line. That was a really good line. He's going to sleep on it. In the morning, he's going to wake up refreshed, energized, and going to take them. He's going to take them to Burma.
Going.
To talk to him.
Well, he probably wants his privacy.
Michael.
You're talking about him right in front of his face. Are you serious? It's like they're talking about him like he's not there.
I got drafted in Nam.
And you just stayed?
Well,
Complicated.
yeah. He went to Vietnam and then he went to Afghanistan. Probably did some other things between the two movies. I feel like some of these people are not making it alive. You know what I mean? Like, I just have that feeling of dread. It's too silent. It's too silent. I'm really nervous. There's gonna be something loud. I really hope there isn't something loud.
I ain't talking to you. What do you want to do?
We're a group here. If they want to vote, vote.
Go! Go! These pirates don't know who they just stumbled upon, do they? Oh boy. Oh boy, sense of death in the waters tonight.
Say-toi Pomulo.
No! No! Oh, that's so... No! Oh no. Oh, Rambo's assessing the situation. Oh my god. Go, man! Go, Rambo! Oh! Oh, it's so much blood. It's so much blood.
We'll be taking the overland route on the way back, so there's no need to wait around. I have to report this. I know you think what you did was right, but taking a life is never right.
He's literally saved your life, dude, and saved the lady's life. What do you want him to do? Just let you guys die? Okay. I wonder what happens to bring him back. Do you think something really bad happens to these groups of people, and then maybe they get captured or something, and then Rambo tries to go save them? Also, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Something really bad is going to happen to this village, and I'm really nervous. Get off the boat, dude! It's gonna blow. Nice. Nice. First explosion of the day. Well, besides the landmine at the start, I guess. The first fireball explosion of the day.
Open?
No, even though they might not be doing much, I think they are still changing lives, and I think they are still helping because they are providing some form, some sense of happiness for these villagers in a time that is not very happy.
Hand me one of those bandages? Okay. Here. Okay.
Oh, this poor kid, all of these poor kids. Are they casualties from the war, like child soldiers, right? Oh my god, what the heck? I did not expect that at all. Oh, that scared me. What did I say? I said something bad was gonna happen to this village. Oh my god, that person exploded. That person exploded. No, 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 no. What the heck? They just killed that kid. Oh, that guy was impaled on this, on the thing, oh, his arm. Oh, what the heck? Why are they doing this? I have chills because of how horrible this is. Like, what the heck is happening? Are they killing everyone because this is like a rebel encampment? Is that what they said? Oh my god, and then they have just put them up to slaughter, basically. This is some of the most visually graphic, horrific things I've ever seen in a movie. I have chills. I have chills right now. That was intense. I did not expect that to happen. And then when it did, it was horrifying.
You made me this way.
A full-blooded combat soldier.
You just don't turn it off.
Oh, the best kill line. The best kill. That was the best kill.
John Rambo! John Rambo?
Oh, what a cut. I love that little nostalgia flashback dream sequence. And they had the best kill in it, which was awesome.
When you are.
Rambo's gonna be like, I'll go alone. I'll do it all. This is so awesome.
You killed for yourself.
Oh, what a good line. What a good line. Is he making a machete?
As easy as breathing.
And you don't like shit. I like your sister, Diaz. She got a thing for retards.
He didn't even drink yet. There was still so much juice in there. Well, I guess it was beer. There's so much beer in there.
Some shit.
shit about part of his flock going missing. I said to him, look, mate, that's what you get when you go trespassing into fucking Burma. That's what you get.
This guy's so angry. Why is this guy so angry? If you don't want to be here, just leave. Light infantry? Light? That's light? That looks heavy.
Is it me? Or does the air this time of year smell like a goddamn wet dog?
What is his problem with trees and the air? He has a problem with everything. He probably has a problem with that guy's pants. How many of the mercenaries do you think are gonna die? I think most of them. I think Schoolboy might live, because I like him. But the other ones I think are gonna die.
Found a C-form primer.
I've got a claymore. Alright.
Rambo's like, I got exploding arrows. I hope he uses them. I hope he uses them. Do you think that'll explode later in the movie? Like Rambo will shoot it and it'll explode or something? Ew. Ew, that's a person. Those are people. Ew, 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 those are people. Oh, that is so gross. Well, that is not a person, but those ones are. The kids! Those are kids? They look like kids.
We leave. Alright? Yeah.
This guy's been wasting everything. He didn't drink like any of the drink that he had, and he took one puff out of that and he threw it. Like, come on, man. Oh, they're doing the grenade game again. Oh, I hate this game so much. Please. I hate watching this. Well, I mean, it's a really good movie so far, but I hate it so much. Oh, he had to. Oh, Rambo! Yes! Yes, man! Oh, boy. What the heck? Oh my god, what a shot. What a shot.
And there isn't one of us that doesn't want to be someplace else.
What a shot. What a shot. The close-up with him holding the arrow. It's so good. I like this infiltration mission. It's gonna go south somehow. It's gonna go south. It wouldn't be a Rambo movie if it didn't go south. Who's driving? Is it one of the prisoners? Oh, no, it's not. It's, what's his face, right? One of the soldiers that we were with them, one of the rebels. There's one of them. There's the others. Yeah, but the girl isn't with them. That's the thing. They're gonna forget the girl or something. They're gonna save these people, and then Rambo's gonna go back for the girl. That's what's going. Oh, ew, 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 ew. When they said left for the pigs, I thought he was gonna get shot and then leave him for the pigs. But I feel like they just hung him there, and then he died slowly from blood loss. I love this scene so far. This infiltration scene is really good and very intense. Or maybe they will get the girl, and then the people will find out and go after them or something. Is he gonna get shot? This is just a child. Oh, that was so... Oh. The blood? Sylvester Stallone was like, we need blood. And then the studio's like, how much blood? He's just like, yeah, that's just blood. Let's just get as much blood as possible. Oh my god. Just seeing his shadow run in the background in the night was so fun. Oh, this movie is just like disturbing scene after disturbing scene, you know what I mean? But like it's really good. It's just like very realistic in a way. Well, maybe actually I don't know, the blood, I can't really speak about how realistic the blood is, but like the events that are happening is just like so, you know what I mean? Oh my god, he's just squeezing his neck. Oh, that was gross. Oh, that was so gross. He just used brute strength and broke his neck open. Oh, the sniper, the guy who stayed behind. Yes! Oh, his head just exploded. His head just exploded. Some of the deaths are pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like the neck one is really gross, but like a lot of the other ones have been so cool. I mean, the neck one was cool, but it was just really gross and disturbing. But like some of the other ones, they're all realizing way too late that the prisoners have gone. I'm so nervous though. They have cars. They have cars in an army, and what do they have? Just the tired prisoners. Oh! Ew, I did not expect that. There's so many unexpected explosions. I'm so stressed right now. I'm so stressed right now. Can't they just leave? Can they just go back to America and be happy? The shot would have scared everyone. Alerts these guys and scares the other group of survivors. They don't know what they're getting themselves into with Rambo. I'll be alright. What a fun line, you know what I mean? Just like because we know who he is and how awesome he is. Oh, the music! The music is so good right now. What an amazing chase score. Oh, the bomb. The bomb, what did I say? I said Rambo was gonna blow up the bomb. Well, I said what if Rambo blows up the bomb, but still. Because they wouldn't mention the bomb if it wasn't gonna be blown up, you know what I mean? Like, it's not important. Oh! Sorry, my dog needs to go. I'm trying to watch Rambo. As much as I didn't like some of the mercenaries, you don't deserve to die like this. No one deserves to die. Like, oh, I thought that was a sword. I thought he'd just been beheaded. Oh my god, Rambo's gonna come in with the big machine gun, isn't he? Wah! Oh my god! Oh my god! What a shot! What a shot! Oh, he got beheaded! He got beheaded! Oh, what the heck? That was so much. Oh, what the heck? He literally got sliced in half with the bullets. What the heck is happening? I think red was the right choice for the lighting. Oh my god, his leg just fell off. The bullet shots are so, like, deep, like, impactful in this movie. Grenade! Oh, they blew up. I mean, I guess that's what a grenade does. It blows up people, but still. Oh, that guy's been shot and blown up. He's had a pretty bad day. Oh! Yes, the rebels! Let's go! That's where he went. He went to get rebels. I love it. Not the boat, not Rambo's boat. Now you've done it. You've literally... That is the last straw. Oh! Oh! Oh, wow, what a shot. That was so gruesome. Oh my god. Who needs exploding arrows when you have bullets that just take off people's heads? Oh, nice. Oh my god. The deaths in this movie are absolutely insane. Oh, chills, chills, chills. That was such a cool shot of him walking around the tree. Oh, wait, what the heck? Oh, I thought you cut him in half. Oh, that was so gruesome. He's like, I'm getting old. I got shot once. That's a brilliant shot as well. That shot is beautiful. Wow. Like, insane shot. I have chills again. I have chills again. I have chills again. Oh, the music is so good right now. Like, actually insane. He's going home. He's going home to America. That's his look of, I'm going home to America. I'm done with this. It's also the look of, I just did something incredibly awesome and everyone saw, you know? Oh, double yellow lines. You know where it has double, you know what has double yellow lines? What country? America. What did I say? I said he should live on a farm. I said he should live on a farm. I could write this movie. I am Sylvester Stallone. With less muscle, of course. But still. Credits just roll with him walking to the farm. That would be good. That would be good. And with the trumpet and the guitar playing the song. Woo! Yes! Oh, what a good movie. I have chills. The music when it kicked in there at the end, the very end, and he's walking to the farm. What a great ending. I know this isn't the last Rambo movie, but if this was the last Rambo movie, I would be so okay with this ending as well. You know what I mean? That movie was insane. This movie was way more insane than I thought it was going to be. Although, I think it was less insane than the second movie and the third movie in terms of, like, the stuff that happens in the movie. This movie was definitely more grounded in a reality, I guess. There was no like Kang versus helicopter fight. There was no like exploding arrows and two helicopter chases, like extreme things like that. It was a very simple movie, but a very good movie. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera because I'm just Netflix just like brought up the next movie. I just want to look at the credits for a bit. A lot of stunts. The stunts did a great job. The effects, both the visual effects for the blood and the practical effects for the blood, because I know the blood is probably a mix of visual effects and practical effects, and my god, it was good. The sound effects as well, amazing. The score, amazing. Sylvester Stallone, amazing. And that was my reaction to the 2008 Rambo, starring Sylvester Stallone in his action war, an hour and 39 minutes long. I really, really, really enjoyed that movie. That movie was such a blast. I think that this movie was definitely my second favorite movie after the first Rambo movie. I think that if I were to put my movies in order so far, the Rambo movies in order, I'd go Rambo, First Blood Part 1, Rambo, 2008, and then Rambo 3, and then Rambo First Blood Part 2. That's my order of like from most like to least like. This movie was a blast, no pun intended, because of all the explosions in this movie. A blast to watch. It was definitely very slow to kind of get to where all the explosions and stuff were, but I did not mind that slowness. I'll talk about that in a second. I thought that that was a really cool little aspect, and it kind of reminded me of the first movie, and it was really cool. It felt like this movie, because Sylvester Stallone, he directed it, he wrote it, he probably produced it. It felt like he put so much time and so much energy into trying to make a Rambo movie that was really, really good after 20 odd years of no Rambo, trying to bring this character back, and I thought he did a phenomenal job. As you know, when I go onto the Google Cast, the reviews pop up, and I always just like to talk about the reviews because I always think that reviews, not just from people, but from critics as well, is very interesting on a movie, especially for movies that I really enjoyed and that people really enjoyed. I just think that reviews are kind of an interesting thing to talk about. I don't really listen to reviews that often. Sometimes I get excited if a movie that I'm very excited to see gets good critical reviews, but critic reviews doesn't really mean anything to me. More audience scores mean something more to me because those are actual people, and critics can be kind of snobby sometimes. Sorry if you're a critic watching this. I don't mean that you're always snobby. I just mean that sometimes critics can be snobby. Maybe not you, but sometimes they can be. But yeah, the critic scores for this movie is not very good. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 37% critic score, while IMDb for audience score gave it a 7 out of 10, so a 70%. And I think I totally agree with the IMDb score. I think 70% is definitely very, very fair for this movie. I think this movie definitely deserves that pretty good. That's a pretty good score. That's a pretty good score for an action movie, 7 out of 10. And Letterboxd is 3.1 out of 5, and that is really good as well. I think I gave this movie 4 stars. I just really, really enjoyed this movie. But yeah, this was really good, and I'm very sad to see that critics did not enjoy this movie, and I think I can understand why. There wasn't a lot of character depth. Besides Rambo, there wasn't a lot of character depth with everything. The plot was fairly simple, but and the action was very, very intense. The action is definitely not for everyone. If you are faint of heart at all, you would not enjoy this movie. But before we get into the action, I'd like to talk about the score. Let's just take a little second to talk about the score. The score for this movie was so good. It was so intense, but also kind of quiet at the start. I don't know how to explain it. It was like the start of it, like the score at the start. When I heard the score at the start, I was like, oh, whoever's doing the score now, because I knew Jerry Goldsmith, I think that was his name, wasn't doing the score for this movie. I just forget who was, but I knew Jerry Goldsmith wasn't, and I was like, oh, whoever's doing the score is doing an incredible job, because the score at the start felt quiet yet heroic, and that's kind of where we found our hero Rambo. He was living quietly in Thailand, but he still is this kind of killing machine that we all know and love. You know what I mean? So I thought the score was really cool, and I thought that whoever composed it, I think it was like Brian Teller or something like that, he wove in Rambo's themes that Jerry Goldsmith had created into his songs, and I loved it so much. The chase sequence, the music there was really, really awesome. The chase sequence in the camp / when they're in the forest, the music there was super intense and super good, and it got me invested into the scene. And then also the final piece, like after the final battle is over and Rambo, there's that like amazing hero shot of behind Rambo when it like swirls around Rambo, and you see kind of the destruction and the survivors and the rebels and stuff, and the music there is just like beautiful, and it like gave me chills. And then the final piece in the movie, when Rambo was walking to his farm, which is a great ending, by the way. He walks to his farm and the music just swells again, and it just gave me so many chills. I thought it was a perfect note to end this movie. I thought the composer did an amazing job. I thought the score was amazing, and I thought the end of this movie was really good. I'm kind of nervous now about Rambo Last Blood, because I thought that this ending was pretty much the most perfect ending that I think Rambo could have. He had done his killing. I know the killing thing is inside of him. They say that in the movie, and I'm going to get to that, because there was definitely a lot more character depth to Rambo in this movie than in the second movie and the third movie. But he goes back to America. He realizes he doesn't realize that he should go back to America. He just decides he wants to go back to America. He wants to go back to his old home. He does. He's probably going to live another peaceful life. He's probably kind of moved more on from the killing. I think that Sarah, the character Sarah, played by Julie Benz in this movie, kind of helped him discover that. And I thought it was a really sweet ending, just to see him walking to his farm while the credits were rolling. I thought that was a really good ending, and I'm very nervous for Last Blood. I'm hoping that they can somehow work an ending that I feel like is better than that one. yeah, I'm just kind of nervous for Last Blood now because I really liked that ending. I really did like that ending. Okay, anyways, getting into the main topic of conversation with this movie is I was gonna say the music, but I already talked about the music, is the action. The action in this movie was phenomenal. It was gruesome, it was gory, it was bloody, it was explosive, it was so entertaining. It was not for the faint of heart. If I had showed this to like my mom or something, she'd probably faint from how gory it was, you know what I mean? But it was also very impactful, and it felt, even though the blood was a lot and people were getting sliced in half from bullets, which isn't very, I can't actually say if that's very realistic because I, again, have never really been around bullets or shot bullets or stuff like that. I know that pistols won't go through you, but Sylvester Stallone had the big gun, and I cannot be 100% sure if those wouldn't go through, if those wouldn't just like slice you in half. I assume they wouldn't, but you never know, right? So I just thought that this movie, compared to Rambo 2 and 3, even though the blood was like a lot and there were a lot of really crazy gruesome deaths and a lot of kind of entertaining things, it was still more grounded in a certain reality, in a more realistic reality than the other two movies. The first one was definitely the most realistic, but this one definitely takes second place. I thought that I don't know, it just felt more real in this movie, and it gave me a bigger sense of dread, because the second movie and the third movie, they were really fun and the action was really good, but it definitely felt more like a cartoon than an actual event that was happening, if you know what I mean. So I never really felt nervous about anything besides the characters that weren't Rambo, because the action didn't, like, even though the action was amazing, it didn't really feel like it had too much weight. It felt like it was just there to be entertaining. But in this movie, the action felt like it had weight, it had impact. The Burma thing that was happening, the Burma Civil War, I think that's what it was like so gruesome, and it's just disgusting to see that. And the villain in this movie, played by, is it Tim Kang? Is he the villain? Oh no, it would be Ong A Noi. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Ong A Noi as the lieutenant. And he's definitely my second favorite villain in the franchise. He didn't have like any character depth to him per se. He didn't really speak in this movie. Well, he did speak, but his speaking was just like orders and stuff. He didn't have any like background depth. I didn't have any emotional connections to him at all. Like, there was nothing to kind of flesh him out. He was just a like killing machine who killed innocent people for almost no reason. He'd play those explosive games with them, and yeah, I thought that he was an incredible villain. I guess I'll talk more about him when I get to him, but yeah, I thought he was just a really gross villain. But yeah, getting back to the action, I thought the bullet impacts in this movie especially were insane. They felt real, they felt deeper, they felt like they hit harder, and that might be because one of the effects in this movie, the practical blood effects and the special effects, there's probably a lot of more CGI special effects happening with the blood and the blood splatters and stuff like that. And the impact also may have felt deeper and harder because of the sound effects in this movie. They felt like more bassy and like, again, deeper, and whenever like a bullet would hit, I could feel that bullet hit. In a lot of movies, when the characters, like Rambo 2 and 3 especially, when the characters come around with like these big guns and stuff, they just go and everyone just falls over dead. But in this movie, it was like every hit, every punch was accompanied with a big like you know what I mean? And then the characters would like explode, or like the blood would shoot out behind them. Like, every bullet impact counted in this movie. And that's what I think I loved most about the action, was just how visceral but impactful the action was, and how much it didn't feel like a cartoon. It felt way more realistic and just like deep and emotional, and I can't say it enough. I really, really loved the action in this movie. The action in this movie was phenomenal. Getting into the actual kind of the plot of this movie before I get into camera work and then the cast. The plot of this movie was good. There was definitely some pacing issues, especially kind of in the middle of the movie. It did start to drag a little bit, but I think that's just because the movie was trying to set up the big fights and stuff. And the first half of the movie was not very gory. There were gory instances. The very start of the movie kind of gets you situated with how the action is going to go, how much blood there is going to be with that person exploding, the prisoner exploding, and then it like kind of trails off for about 30 minutes and nothing really too violent happens besides the pirate on the boat. Well, actually, you know what? I say that, but then the village explodes and everyone dies. So I guess a lot of violent stuff happens, but it's not with Rambo. And I think I really liked that they didn't have Rambo become violent until about the halfway point of this movie, besides, again, with the pirates. And I really like that because it reminded me a lot of the first movie, how he was trying to stay out of it, how he didn't kill anyone in the first movie, by the way. And I don't know, I just really appreciated that he just didn't get right into it. I thought that the emotional journey he took, while maybe not the best, was still really cool to see in this movie, because I thought he was just gonna, like the second movie and the third movie, he kind of just boots into it, you know, especially in the third movie when he's like, I'm out of it, and then he's like, I'm in it again. You know what, it was like 5 seconds of debate in his mind, like 5 minutes of debate in the movie, you know what I mean? But in this movie it's like 30 minutes of debating it over, like when I kill, it's like as easy as breathing or something like that, like whatever that line was, that line where he's like, to kill is as easy as breathing or something like that. That was such a good line. The dream sequence that he had in his mind, all of these kind of emotional beats that gives a little bit more depth to this John Rambo, who is still kind of a mysterious kind of figure, because the second movie and the third movie doesn't flesh him out too much, and the first movie fleshes out his inner conflicts, but we still don't know like a lot about him. We're just cheering for this guy who's kind of awesome in these movies, you know what I mean? And I think that there's definitely a lot more emotional depth to his character in this movie, and I'm glad the movie took 30 minutes to flesh him out a little bit more emotionally, so us as an audience can connect with him a little bit more. Okay, last thing I get into before the cast is the camera work. I thought the camera work was pretty good in this movie. There were some incredible shots. The final couple shots of this movie when the battle was over was amazing, like the Rambo hero shots looking over the battlefield. Those shots were absolutely amazing. That the kill shots were really awesome because they were nice in focus. The camera wasn't too shaky for like all the awesome kill shots and stuff like that, and the camera really let us see the gruesomeness of this war and the visual gore of everything, which I thought was really cool because a lot of movies would kind of shy away from that, and I think this is definitely one of the goriest movies I have ever seen. But some of the camera work I was not a big fan for the final fight especially. I loved the final fight, don't get me wrong, I loved the final fight, but there was definitely about 2 minutes in the final fight where a lot of the camera was very, very shaky. The camera work was very shaky because it was on the ground with the soldiers, and I understand why it's shaky. Is you're in the heat of the action, you're kind of, the camera is shaky to try and get the audience into like the craziness of the action, right? But it was kind of hard to tell what was happening because there were a lot of like quick cuts every like second or half a second or something like that, or a second and a half, 2 seconds, and the camera would be shaking. It'd be cut, and I would be like, I can kind of tell what's happening, but I wish the camera was more like pinned down, not shaky, and the takes were a little bit longer. But that's just my preference on how I like action in the movies. So I think that the camera work suited the scene. I just think it could have been pulled off a little bit better, but besides that, I thought the camera work was really good. Okay, getting into the cast now. John Rambo. Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo was definitely the best character in the movie. Obviously it is his movie, and he was definitely the only character that really had any development. The other characters were kind of in the background. Obviously the villain, I really liked the villain. Wait, was the villain not Ong A Noi? Was he Maung Khin as Tint? I think that might have been him. I'm so sorry if I said the wrong name. There's two, and I thought that he killed the guy at the very end, right, with the knife, and I thought that was the bad guy, and so I was like, what the heck? But there's another guy who's what the heck? This guy is farther up on the cast list, so I'm going to have to assume that he is Maung Khin as Tint. So anyway, sorry, Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo. John Rambo, really good in this movie. Again, he had more emotional depth in this movie, which made me connect to his character a little bit more. I could kind of feel his struggle between wanting to kill and not wanting to kill, and then when he kind of decided that he was going to kill, he just went all out on this vengeful killing spree, and I thought Stallone did an amazing job, not just as Rambo, but also behind the camera writing this movie. I could just feel the emotion he was pouring into this movie, and I could feel it while he was acting on screen. It definitely felt like a final Rambo movie for me, but the movie was also very unique because of the gore in this movie. It stands out on its own, which was really cool. I thought he played John Rambo really, really well. I thought his kills were awesome, and I just thought he was a great character. I mean, I think Rambo is an amazing character. I just think Sylvester Stallone plays Rambo perfectly, and I thought again in this movie he played Rambo perfectly with more emotional depth, which made the character even better. Okay, the other characters, I'll talk about Julie Benz, Graham McTavish, and Matthew Marsden, and then Maung Khin, because he's the bad guy, right? He's the bad guy. But I probably won't talk a lot about them per se, because they didn't really have any depth to them at all. They were very kind of one-note characters, just there for the plot, really, right? Julie Benz as Sarah, she was good in this movie. She didn't have a lot to do in this movie per se. I don't think. She kind of just was there so that she and her group of people were there so that Rambo could get back into the action eventually, so that he could get captured and Rambo would decide to go in. And he didn't decide just to save them, but it was definitely part of his decision to do that. And like, again, she was okay. She definitely sold like being scared. She sold kind of all of the stuff that she did in this movie. And when she was talking with Rambo, I thought she was doing a really good job, especially on the boat. I thought that was awesome. But again, I thought her character and the other characters, besides the villain, who I think was okay to not be lacking anything, I thought her character especially, I was a little disappointed because she was kind of the second lead in a way. Even though Rambo was kind of the only lead in this movie, she was kind of second in command in this movie, if you know what I mean, in terms of cast, and she didn't really have much to do. Graham McTavish as Lewis, I didn't like him, but then when he was like dying, I was really upset. So I guess it's some part of me really liked him. I think I just liked him because of how intense he was and how mean he was just kind of like funny to me for some reason. I thought he played his character like really well. I thought that his kind of meanness and his stubbornness and his arrogance and everything like that just kind of shone through in his performance, and I really understood the character almost instantly after his first line, and that might be to do with both the writing of the line and the performance of the line, the delivery of the line. I thought he was good in this movie. There was definitely some backstory to him where he was doing this for an ex-wife and 3 kids, but like, again, not super fleshed out. He was an okay character, I thought, overall. I enjoyed him in this movie, but just like the other characters that I've said 100 times, not super fleshed out. Matthew Marsden will probably, Matthew Marsden as the schoolboy, or as Schoolboy. I really enjoyed him. He was my favorite of all of the mercenaries, and I'm glad that he was still alive at the end. He was just like fun to watch. Again, not very attached to him emotionally or anything like that, didn't have a lot of depth, but from what I saw of him on screen, he was really, really fun. We did get a little bit of backstory from him when he was at the Sniper Academy, and then they called him Schoolboy, and it stuck, which was kind of fun. And he would just seem like a really nice person overall. But I enjoyed him in this movie, and I thought he was a very good addition to the mercenary squad. The last person I'm going to talk about, maybe I'll just say all the other mercenaries I thought were really enjoyable to watch, especially Kang. I thought he was really fun. He was the guy. Was he the guy who kept like throwing the drinks, or was that someone else? I forget who. But I did really like him in this movie. He was a good addition as well. Okay, last person I'm going to talk about is Maung Khin. I'm pretty sure he was the villain, right? It's not the other guy. It's not Ong A Noi, right? It's not him. I hope it's not. Anyways, Maung Khin as Tint. I just didn't know their names. So I saw Lieutenant and I was like, oh, he must be the superior officer. But Tint, this guy has a name, so he must be the villain. I absolutely despise this man, and that probably has something to do with both the writing of this movie and where this character it's kind of situated in the movie, and also the acting in this movie. Again, the character did not have any depth to him, but I think that's okay for this villain. I think for this villain, all I needed was a ruthless kind of tyrant who just kills innocent people to strike fear into the hearts of anyone who is still lucky to be alive under his kind of command, right? Really, really enjoyed him when he was on screen, because I hated whenever he was on screen. He was despicable, he was gross, he was like gruesome, and I thought he was definitely a really, really interesting villain and a really cool villain, and also a very realistic villain, because I feel like there has been 100% people like that, maybe even in the Burma Civil War, right? So yeah, very, very interesting villain. Very interesting villain. I thought he played Tint very, very well. Okay, that is my review for Rambo. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me, supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. And thank you so much for listening to my review as well. If you made it this far, it means a lot for you just to listen to me talk for like 20 minutes plus sometimes. And I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.